With scalar multiplication of matrices, each element is multiplied by the same thing. Here we're multiplying a matrix by the number 6, so we just have to multiply 6 by each element, so it's 6 eighths, 48, 6 elevens are 66, 6 fives, 30, 6 twenties are 120, 6 fours are 24, and 6 nines are 54. That's scalar multiplication. This is an interesting question. Matrix shows the number of millilitres of pigment of different colours that are needed to be added to a 4 litre tin of paint base in order to achieve the different colours. Now what we have to do is use scalar multiplication to work out the amounts of pigment that should be added to a 10 litre can. So this is for a 4 litre can, we want a 10 litre can, so we've got to work out the factor that you need to multiply it by. Now the way that I would probably go about this is, if this is for a 4 litre can, and I was to get the matrix and multiply it by 1/4, I'll have enough for a 1 litre can. It's a 4 litre can, multiply it by 1/4, that would be the right amounts for a 1 litre tin. But we were asked for a 10 litre tin. So if I was to get that answer and multiply it by 10, that would give us the 10 litre tin. Now of course I can combine these two things together. 10 times 1/4, let's just work that out. 10 times 1/4 1 divided by 4 equals 2.5. So to get the 10 litre tin, if we were to just get the matrix and multiply it by 2.5 times our matrix, we'll have the requirements that we need for that 10 litre tin. Now there might be a bit of work here because we've got to multiply 2.5 by all of those different things. So what do we get? 2.5 times 2.4 6. 2.5 times 1.8 I get 4.5. Now this is going to be a bit of a big job, so what I think I might do is I might pause the tape and work this out. You can work it out as well, and let's compare answers in just a second. Well, there's my final answer. How does yours compare with that? Let's have a go at the next question, which refers to a price list at Ice Creamery. Now, the first thing just says to represent it as a matrix. Well, there's no work there. It's already really in the form of a matrix. All we have to do is probably write it out a little bit more formally. Two by 3 matrix. And there we have it. Now we have to use scalar multiplication to determine the prices if the management decide that all items will increase price by 20%. Now the way that I would reason this is this. Their current price is 100%. 100% of their current price represents sort of 100%, and we're going to increase that by 20%. All up, their new price is going to be 120% of their current price. So or 120, the new price is 120% of their old price. I'm not adding 120% on, I'm adding 20% on. That gives me 100%. Now 120% means 120 over 100, or 120 divided by 100. which equals 1.2. So the new price is going to equal 1.2 times the old price. And that's the factor that we're going to use for scalar multiplication of this matrix. So 1.2 times by our matrix, and that will give us those new prices. Now I took opportunity to do this while the video was paused, so 1.2 times $5.20 is equal to $6.24. 1.2 times $7.40 equals $8.88. Now the question didn't say anything about rounding to the nearest 5 cents, although I imagine that's what would happen in practice, but we'll leave our answers like this because it wasn't asked for. 1.2 times $8 is $9.60. 1.2 times $7 is $8.40. 1.2 times $9.50 is $11.40, and 1.2 times $10 is $12. And those are the new prices to put up on the chalkboard.